What's up, everybody? It is the Goal60 here. College football bowl season has got to us already. The time is flying. The year has almost passed us up, but we're heading into bowl season. That's a great time of year for everybody. This week, I'm joined by my friend Cody Kirk from the Square Chair. We're going to break down some bowl games. We're going to talk about the Heisman Trophy a little bit, kind of give our picks and what we like in bowl season, and hopefully it's a really good video for you to enjoy. What game really jumps off the page at you?
Well, there were about two of them, and I added another one. I've got in the Liberty Bowl, I've got Missouri and Oklahoma State. I really like that quarterback matchup. I like Gundy and his offensive style. Missouri's really put up a lot of numbers. I actually think they're probably, you could make an argument for third or fourth best team in the SEC right now. The way they went down to Gainesville and just beat up on Florida really impressed me. So I like Missouri over Oklahoma State, but I think that would be a good game to watch aesthetically, maybe. Maybe like a 42-38 game, 42-35, just a lot of points. Really an old Big 12 rivalry game, honestly.
Right.
I think that's a good game to watch in Memphis there.
I agree with you. And at the first year, I was a little high on Missouri. I thought that they were going to be third in the East. They let me down a little bit. They finished up fourth, I believe, right behind Kentucky. But I tell you what, just yesterday when they picked up Kelly Bryant, that's huge. That's the future right there.
Really big.
That was a big transfer. My first game I'm going to talk about outside of the big games is Florida and Michigan. I think this is going to be a great game. I believe this is the Peach Bowl they're going to play in. You look at Florida is averaging 34.5 a game. Michigan's 36.8. So these are very close. Michigan has that really good defense. I'm going to be, trying to see how they're going to bounce back after getting their teeth kicked in by Ohio State. See if they bounce back, if they really want to be there. This is once again one of those games to me where you've got to look at motivation. And I like Florida, honestly. I like them to come in this game and take care of business.
Well, can I mention one thing about that game?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know why Michigan's happy?
Why?
Because that Florida team isn't led by Urban Meyer.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's a good point.
Harbaugh them khakis wouldn't have made it if he had found out Urban was coaching.
Oh, man. Those khakis may have turned a little more brown in the fact, but So what other game you like outside of the big New Year's Day games?
Kind of going off the grid here, which I guess that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Army Houston. I mean, I think that's just the two styles are just on the opposite end. I mean, Army throws it 3 times a game and Houston runs it 3 times a game.
Yep.
So I just think that'll be, a game of cat and mouse, more chess than checkers. Just to see how they, contend with that. Sorry, Parker's right there.
That's fine.
I think Army is going to win. Well, pending if they beat Navy, then I think they'll definitely win. They'll have a lot of success on that. But Houston, they don't have Ed Oliver, and I know he's not really a run stopper per se, but he's good. I mean, he's going to be a first rounder. So,
absolutely.
But I feel like Army in that one, especially since Ed Oliver's not playing.
You can't say enough about what that Army coach has done the last couple of years. He completely turned that program around, and it doesn't look like to me it's going to stop. I think this Saturday they get a win against Navy, honestly.
Would that be 3 in a row for Army?
It'll be 3 in a row after Navy won, 11 or 12 there in a row, and then Army has just completely turned around and done what they need to do. Yeah. My next game I'm going to talk about is UAB in Northern Illinois, another team like Army that really turned around. Obviously didn't even have a program 2 years ago. I want to say that it was a slap in the face to Bill Clark not to get Coach of the Year in that conference. Right. I don't know how that happened. Year 2 after not even having a program to win a conference championship, and the team that you beat for the conference championship, that coach at Middle Tennessee State gets the conference or the Coach of the Year. That was a joke.
To make it could be a lot of jealousy on their part. I mean,
absolutely.
I think the coach voted, so it could just be a lot of jealousy.
Northern Illinois, I know they won their conference. They had to come back and beat Buffalo.
Right.
I think UAB has more to play for here. This is a program builder. This is a chance to go down to Florida and play a bowl game, a large bowl game for them, and it's a chance to really get in some extra practice. I think UAB takes care of this one easily.
Yeah. Also, like UAB, I don't think they've ever won a bowl game.
No, they lost last year.
Yeah, I don't. I think they've only been in 3 or 4 in their program's history, so I think this will be a huge win for Coach Clark. I mean, every win that he gets, I think, is really a miracle.
So yeah, you look at Coach Clark. Just the 3 years that he's actually had a football team at UAB. The first year he comes in, they've been losing. He goes 6-6. They turn down a bowl, say they're going to cancel the program. So he was bowl eligible that year. You come in, he has 2 years of not even having a team. Puts together a team last year and goes to a bowl game. Yes, they lost, and I think they lost pretty bad, but they went to a bowl game their first year back.
8-4?
Yeah, 7-5, 8-4, something like that. And then this year to win the conference is huge. Yes. You can't say enough. I can't believe somebody hasn't really snatched him up already.
But I mean, he just seems to me like a kind of a leader of men. Honestly, I mean, how do you tell a bunch of 18, 22-year-old kids, hey, let's work our tails off for 2 years, no game, but let's run up these steps at Legion Field when it's 110 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, right. I don't know if I could have did that.
Yeah, just to practice. I mean, it was nothing, no game to prepare for, just practicing the practice. Yeah. Absolutely.
Third game off the grid is the Alamo Bowl. I've got Iowa State and Gardner Minshew, the mustache. I really like Iowa State's program where they're at. For them to be 8-4 again is just absolutely incredible. I think along with Oregon State, Rutgers, Kansas, that's one of the hardest jobs to win at.
100%. Yep.
It's hard to go to Ames, Iowa, and just be excited.
Yep.
So for him to go 8-4, beat Oklahoma last year, it's just incredible. Obviously, the Pirate is literally, he's just a walking quote. I mean, he's amazing. I love him. I wish he could get a bigger job, but I think he's kind of got his little nook there at a Texas Tech, Washington State type program. Yeah. But I like Washington State just to score a little more, maybe 7-10 more. So I got Washington State winning that game. Watch though. Montgomery's a really good running back. If he's playing, yeah. Really not sure.
If he's playing. I got a feeling he's going to sit out.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would.
One of my favorite amongst many Mike Leach quotes that I really like, one of my favorite was when he first got the job at Washington State, and they asked him, Coach, how are you going to recruit to Pullman, Washington? There's nothing here. You literally can't get to the town. You got to fly somewhere else and drive to the town. I believe you even have to, if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I think you have to fly to Idaho, to Boise, and then drive to Pullman. And his quote back to that question, or his answer back to that question was, have you ever been to Lubbock, Texas? And so, I mean, this is exactly the kind of school that he fits. Yeah, this is his sweet spot. So I think he's got a really good thing there. And Mike Leach is not one of those that is going to go to a giant school and have somebody else tell him what to do. He's not going to take it, and he would tell them right quick what he thought of them. So I think this level school is perfect for him. It's major, big-time football, but it's not the type of school where he has somebody in his ear telling him what to do. I like that game as well. And you're exactly right about Matt Campbell at Iowa State. He is a really good football coach. And yeah.
I could see him taking over. I don't know. If Wisconsin struggles in a couple weeks, something like that, I don't know where that program is going to go when Jonathan Taylor leaves. Hornibrook, I don't know where that program goes. He could go 5-7 the next 2 years, and I think Wisconsin's easily a top 15 job.
Yep.
And I think Matt Campbell would be a great fit there. I think his style would work well with that fan base, with those big hog mollies up front. I think that'd really go well. That's just my future prediction. I don't know if it'll ever happen. That's just something I'm throwing out there.
That would be a really good spot. It's an easy place to recruit to. There's not a lot of competition wise as far as recruiting in Wisconsin. You always have those athletes, those natural, thoroughbred, like you said, offensive linemen that are just massive. That would fit him well. My last game that I'm going to go to is Fresno State and Arizona State. Can't talk enough about what Coach Herm has done this year. He's, really loaded up. I'm supporting this team right here, as you can see on my shirt tonight.
I saw that earlier.
And he's really had it together. Another team that I like is Fresno State. Fresno State has always had that mentality of anybody, any place, anytime. And they're carrying it on. And that game, and it's, the first Saturday of bowl season, it's on the 15th. I can't wait to watch it.
That's a really good game to start off bowl season. I always love bowl season, but I hate it too because I know it's about over.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's so bittersweet because I'm like, oh my gosh, there's, 35 games on, and a couple weeks. You're just so pumped because it's usually pretty good matchups.
Yep.
Different matchups you don't get to normally see, but then it's just like, whew, at the end of it, you're like, now we got 8 more months.
Yep.
That's how I
totally agree. No, I'm right there with you. It's been forever in the state of Alabama where you have college football season, signing day, and spring football. That's your seasons. There's no fall, winter, summer. There's none of that. It's college football, signing day, spring football. And so when we get to the end of this, it really does. It sucks, just to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for everything that I've got. I really appreciate you joining me this week, Cody.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely proud of what you're doing, or happy about what you're doing at the Square Chair. Keep it up. Let's keep this going. Let's make this thing big. And I really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks for joining me this week, and thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you.
60% of the time, it works every time.